Alright, I think I am live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dale from RBY Pokemon Challenges, and today I've got a little something different for y'all. You see, I have a promise to keep to an old subscriber, a guy named Ken Schmidt, a guy who's been riding with me for a really long time and always giving me great feedback and advice. And Ken was a big fan of my old episodic kind of format of these videos where I would run to Brock first and I would do a bunch of runs there, and then I would run to Misty and I would do a bunch of runs there, and then I was doing a Rival5 series a couple months ago, just before I started doing full game runs. I basically started doing the full game runs just to show that what I was leading up to was possible, but then those started to get a lot of traction, so I kept doing them, of course. But Ken posted a comment on a video about a month ago saying, "Hey dude, I really like the old way you did it. And, can you do that one for me?" So I figured, let's go ahead and give him what he wants to see. Because one of the things that's really important to me as a content creator is to really support you guys as my subscribers and as my viewers, right? If there's something you want to see, let me know, because I'm always open to doing that and basically building this channel with you guys. So anyway, with that being said, let's get into this and let's see how a test live stream goes. We're just going to run to Rival5 today, not the full game, okay? But I still think it's going to be pretty interesting with a Pokemon as strong as Charizard. Alright, so let's get this one set up here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. We have our Pokemon Yellow all loaded up, and we are at Misty. So let's go ahead and change up the music a little bit and get started. Alrighty. So, we are running with the Charizard, but one thing that's important to note, this is a Max DV's Max Stat Experience Charizard, but it's not going to be for long. We are going to turn this into 0 DVs, because we can. Now, in order to beat Misty, we did have to use Dig in order to get through that one, but trust me, it's possible even on 0 DVs, because Charizard has awesome attack stat. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by going down and taking on Rival 3. And I don't think he's going to be too difficult, given that we have pretty boss moveset at this point with Mega Punch and Dig. So yeah, let's just see how that goes. Here, let's see what happened to this guy here. Ah, I see what happened to him. Just a second, guys, for the audio. There it goes. Okay. But yeah, we have a pretty boss moveset, so let's get into this. We have to just fight these couple trainers before we get to Vermilion. And here, that's going to be an issue if that keeps up. But anyway. So here we can just use Ember and take out these Pidgeys super easy because they're super weak. Yeah. Hey, I am live, yes. Good to see somebody has showed up in the chat. And here, we're just going to Ember these Pokemon down. They're super easy. And let's make our way over to Rival 3, where I don't think he's going to be too hard. So I always pick up the Max Potion there because I always use it at the end of the game. Like, I know when I'm just doing some of these runs up to like Brock or Rival 5, people sometimes are like, "Why are you picking up all of the items?" Well, I'm planning for the end of the game, basically. Here, Mega Punch is super OP. This Rival 3 is going to be no problem. I already know. So, we're just going to crush him, and there we go. So now we can pick up our Cut HM, and it is time to go take on Lieutenant Surge. I could skip Lieutenant Surge, we are flying type, but I generally try to take on Lieutenant Surge as quickly as possible because he has terrible AI, and he uses a lot of bad attacks, like Mega Punch and Mega Kick can miss, he uses Growl, and when we have Dig on a Pokemon, I think that it's always the standard to just go ahead and take him out. So here, for the trash can puzzle, I do always drop a quick save after I've found the first one, because otherwise, like, resetting all the way from the beginning and doing this is such a pain. I can understand why Scott's Thoughts always, like, times out his run, basically, when he gets here, because it's so ridiculous. Let's see. And these are often in the top right, or top left corner. There we go. So let's take on Mr. Lieutenant Surge. I don't think it's going to be too difficult because, come on, he's a Lieutenant Surge. Let's try this. Nice! Good to see you made it! So, yeah, we're gonna just see how many folks actually show up. Oh, we get thunderbolted down. Oh, that's too bad. Trust me, within like 2 or 3 attempts, we're just gonna get a run where he does something stupid like that, and there we go. He just uses Growl, and we just completely crush Lieutenant Surge, even though he should beat us every time if he was smart. So, let's go ahead and pick up our bike voucher, so that I can remember that later in the game when we come back, because I would absolutely hate to forget that. And I gotta do something. Yeah. You see, one of the things that Ken Schmidt, the guy who requested this video, always got on me for was forgetting to update my badges. So Ken, that one's for you, brother. So back to Cerulean, and we can start making our way through Rock Tunnel, which is another super easy section for this Charizard because we have an awesome moveset. So here, we can start off against this junior trainer by just burning all of her Pokemon. Actually, Mega Punch is probably the way to go. Oh, not quite. Okay. Basically, we just have to get through them, and we can make our way through this Bug Catcher, who is also super easy. Like, Charizard's just such a boss. I keep saying it, but really, Charizard should have been a Dragon-type Pokemon. I'm completely convinced that it should have been a Dragon-type, and it should have known Dragon-type moves. It can learn Dragon Rage, for what it's worth, so there is that. Now, Slowpoke here could be difficult just because it's bulky. We're not really worried about the Cubone because we don't get affected by ground-type moves, but Slowpoke can be trolly. It disables Mega Punch. Thanks, Slowpoke. Okay, we get through that just fine. And here, I don't often use repels just because I play so fast that running away from the Pokemon doesn't really take that much time, so if that irritates you, sorry. I'm gonna have like 1,000 comments below saying, why don't you use repels? Well, you know, comment that below because, you know, comments, YouTube algorithm. So here we have gotten through that last, but we are going to dig out since we got paralyzed. So I'm just waiting for, who knows, maybe the Monarch will bomb this stream. Ooh. Okay, thank God our attack missed. I didn't mean to attack that wild Pokemon. I will take a Gen 1 miss there to avoid ruining my minimum battles. So here we are making our way to the self-destruct hiker, and he really is quite simple with any Pokemon that knows Dig, because, I mean, we either one-shot him or he self-destructs while we're underground. So that one is no problem. The real question is, what should our strategy be when we get to Rival 5? Because Basically, I'm leaning towards Swords Dance and some strong physical attacking move. I mean, Sand Slash won't do that much to us, so we really are worried about Cloyster and Magneton. Magneton, we've got Dig, so that will be easy. So here we have made it to Lavender Town, and I'm going to go ahead and just fight Rival5, I think, because here I don't think he's going to be too difficult. We take down Fearow very easily. We can dig against the Magneton. Can spam some digs there as well. I think this one has to be burned. There we go. And finally for Eevee, let's go ahead and dig. Sorry about that, guys. I just had like my wake up in the morning alarm go off in the background. It is like 10:30 here in Japan time. I don't know, where is everybody? Are you all in the United States, or where does everybody watch from? According to YouTube, most people are in the US watching my videos, but I don't know. So here against this Gambler, I always take this Gambler with the two Fire-type Pokemon, and the last just above him has two Clefairies in this version, but I prefer to take down the Fire types. So here again, I'm looking for the hidden items in the path, just because we may need them later. I think in these Rival5 runs, the only time where it's ever really mattered was when I did the Persian run. Because with Persian, to get through Rival5 on minimum battles, we did ultimately have to get Hyper Beam in order to make it work. Like, we definitely could have grinded one or two more fights and gotten through that, I think, without Hyper Beam, but Hyper Beam just made it so much more consistent, so. And here, let's get ourselves a flying Pokemon while we're at it. Sure. Where are my Great Balls? There we go. I am a master! One Great Ball and I caught myself a Spearow. So we can go ahead and teach Spearow how to fly. I'm not going to teach Charizard how to fly just yet. Might do that in the future, but here, let's go ahead and get back to this section where I think the play is to go fight Erika. Because, obviously, she's going to be easy for Charizard. So, here we go, up against Erika's gym member. We just have to take out this beauty with her Execute. She's always super easy. I don't think I've ever lost to that Execute in any run, because it's just so bad. But, Erika herself, it's time to start burning her. And all of these Pokemon basically can just go down to Ember, because they really can't do that much to us. I mean, the best they could do is use, like, Acid and Bind against us, but I don't think we'd ever lose that fight. If we did, it would be incredibly unlucky, to say the least. Ooh, I have no more room for items. That's terrible. Let's rectify that real quick. So, what don't I need? I don't need you. Don't need any of these max potions. I don't need HM1 anymore. Don't need HM2 anymore. Don't need a max ether. Don't need an elixir at this point. Okay. So, with that being done, we can go ahead and get to the Team Rocket timeline. And Charizard's going to make record time here, I think, because it's one of these things, when you're playing like a super strong Pokemon, there's not really that much difficulty in these spots, so. before I forget, we'll go ahead and do that. And let's get a little Team Rocket music on. Yeah, there we go. So, here to take down Team Rocket, the first thing that we need to do is... There we go. Let's go ahead and take this Rocket Grunt down. Even without healing, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So, yeah. Dude, Charmander was the best starter. And I always gravitated towards it because of the fact that people said that it was like the worst starter of the three. I was like, well, they just think that because of Brock. So, of course, I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to do. Sorry, one thing I am noticing here as I'm streaming, because this is really just a test stream, guys. One thing that I'm noticing, though, is that I have all of my audio files stored on an external hard drive, and it seems like this hard drive, every now and then it just like starts resetting, and basically is messing with my audio, which is now messing with my focus because I keep running into these tiles as I'm trying to go through here. So I will fix that before the next live stream because I want to make sure that they're not just rebuffering like this. Anyway, here we take down the Rocket Grunt that we need to get the lift key. And what do you think, folks? Can I do this one without healing? I think that Giovanni himself will be really hard. But Team Rocket, I don't think will be too difficult. Let's find out. So Jesse and James right here, they are going to be easy. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just a test, but hopefully it's enjoyable, watchable for everybody. So going into Giovanni here, I have enough digs left over that I think I'm just going to try to take him without healing. Let's see if this turns out to be a mistake. So Onyx is super easy. Rhyhorn goes right down. And Persian goes down. Okay, so, yep. No healing is clearly the best way to do this, right? Like, why should you ever heal? We should just do no healing runs from now on. Obviously, that's not possible. Solo 0 DVs, minimum battles, and no healing would be like the most incredible, ridiculous challenge ever. Maybe I'll do it someday, but I would really have to think about what Pokemon to use. I honestly don't think it's possible. Like, think of all the battles that you would have to do without healing. Like, that would basically be a no damage run at that point. Which on 0 DVs and minimum battles, I don't think even Mewtwo could do a no damage run. So, let's go ahead and get through this part here. The channelers are super easy because we have Dig. I would basically plan to carry Dig or Earthquake on the Charizard all the way up till at least Agatha, because these ground type moves absolutely wreck the Gengar line in this generation because there is no Levitate. So we can basically just completely wreck them. And here I'm just gonna dig against Marowak and Team Rocket. That's right, Mega Punch. And some digs. We get poisoned. Oh no. I always like when I get poisoned here because I just get teleported out by Mr. Fuji. And I forget what it was, if there was some sort of Picaspray yellow soft lock that had something to do with being in Mr. Fuji's house, but being poisoned somehow. There's something to it where you had like saved somewhere else and you wouldn't be able to get back, or I have to review that. What was the Picas Spray Yellow run that he did that was basically built on that premise? Not entirely sure, but here we go. We can make our way to Rival 5 now. But before we do, we of course have to do two things. We have to first go ahead and fight this Rocket Grunt and take him down, which is just an easy one-shot. And then, much more importantly, we need to get ourselves the best move in the game. Swords Dance. Swords Dance Charizard is like the greatest thing ever. We could sit here and run terrible moves the entire run as long as we have Swords Dance. So, let's make our way to Rival 5's room. I'm going to go ahead and learn Swords Dance on my Charizard. I don't think we need Leer anymore. So here, let's try this. Against Rival 5, I'm going to start off by setting up 2 Swords Dances, I think, is reasonable. And then, oh, we got taken out because we missed. We really don't want to take a Sand Attack here. But with that being done, let's see if 3 Swords Dance is enough to get through this one. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I used 4. Oops. Sorry, folks. I shouldn't have lost there, but I used 4 Swords Dances, not 3. 1, 2, 3. And dig. And this is really the problem with Sandslash. Sandslash is super trolly because it will always use moves like Slash and Swift. And then when it doesn't use those, it uses Sand Attack. So we are going to get wrecked for a little while here. But really, it's just, can he use Poison Sting? If he uses Poison Sting, I think we're just fine at that point. No. No, we are not. We are not fine. We might end up having to reroute here. And here our problem is that our accuracy is lowered. Okay. Let's see here. Ember's not doing that much. So basically, if this is not working at this point, then we do have the option to go fight Koga. No! We ran out of dig! Oh, this is terrible! Sand Attack. Definitely OP. Basically, I think if we can get through without a Sand Attack, I think this is going to be possible. There, we take a Sand Attack. Great. And I think that if Cloyster doesn't use Withdraw, we would probably get through that. No, we won't. Okay. So, time to reroute, folks, because clearly that's not working. Then, in that case, keep in mind, this is a 0 DV's Charizard. If you had a good Charizard, you would be crushing that fight with basically no problem. But that's okay. We can go ahead and get to Fuchsia, but I have to remember to get my bicycle first. This is the thing that I always forget. You know, some runners forget to fight Erika. I forget to pick up my bicycle. So, there we go. Sorry, that's maybe only funny to me. There we go. Because I play so sped up, I always have to save just before every trainer, basically, that I could accidentally run into, because otherwise I can easily wreck a minimum battles run by running into somebody. So here we are just going to wreck this juggler's Pokemon with Dig. I think it's the best play. Yeah, we'll learn Slash over Mega Punch. Let's go ahead and get through these guys. Now, Slash is pretty strong, so just a couple hits on each of those Pokemon is more than enough. And we can go ahead and make our way to Koga himself. So for Koga himself, let's change things up a little bit here. Oh, not that one. Hey. Come on. Come on, don't do that to me, music. There we go. Yeah, hey, yo, how's it going? Gotta be better at not being blind here, so just call out the folks that are in. So I think it's Red Art. Hey, how's it going? Andrew, how's it going, dude? Yeah, Red, how's it going? And Lays, how you doing, man? Hope you guys are enjoying. And this is basically just a little test run, so don't worry too much. And we're only going to Rival 5 with Charizard today. I explained it in the intro, but you guys can go back and check that out if you'd like. Let's see here. So I don't think the Venonats are going to be too bad. I mean, we take Toxic and Confusion, so of course we're losing that one. But probably Swords Dance into... I mean, we don't want to use Slash with Swords Dance. What am I doing? Probably Swords Dance Dig is enough to get through this, I think. If we don't take Toxic super early like that, at least. Okay, it looks like it's a couple hits on these Venonats. Yeah, this is minimum battles. That is correct. Everything is minimum battles. Come on. Who needs battles? But no, I mean, like, I basically want to do everything on minimum battles as much as possible. And basically, yeah, the run's going alright so far. Basically, the biggest thing that we just have to get is reasonable luck to get through with Charizard. Here, I mean, it's... When we're setting up Swords Dance, one of the biggest problems that we can have is getting a critical hit. Because critical hits basically ignore all our stat boosts, and we do very little damage. As you can see, with no critical hits, we're just one-shotting all of Koga's Pokemon. Yeah, we took a Psychic, but that's fine. So, with that, we've gotten just a little more experience. So, let's take another shot at Rival 5, and let's just see how he goes. Because I think that he's not going to be too bad. Let's say, hopefully. This is pretty much my process when doing minimum battles, is I'll take like a fight. Okay, it's not really working after a few attempts. Okay, now what else can I route in minimum battles and go back and try it again? I'm not really ever optimizing for time. So, dude, only Tangela in minimum battles is not possible. Because Tangela cannot beat Brock on minimum battles. Unless we got it from a different gen that might learn Vine Whip early. Yeah, it's just not possible. What am I doing? Why am I using Dig against Sandslash? Okay. Focus. Focus, Tail! And I really hate getting critical hits, basically. And I hate missing. I hate missing, and I hate critical hits. You would think that I would absolutely hate Double Team. Anyway. Sandslash is gonna Sandslash. And we just missed taking him out in one hit. Cloyster, I still think, is probably a one hit if we don't have it use Withdraw, and if we don't critical hit. Let's find out. Ooh, so close. So close. Okay, and Ember was not strong enough to take it down. I thought it would be. So, the game plan is to try not to miss the Cloister 5 times in a row. Clearly. Yeah. It might be buffering. I'm not sure. That's part of why I'm doing this test stream, is to see, because obviously I haven't done it a lot, and I'm working on this computer that may or may not be good enough to stream. So if that's the case, apologies to you guys. No, come on. There we go. Yeah, Cloister and Sandslash are proving to be a little bit of a problem here on 0 DVs. Keep in mind, 0 DVs, folks, so we are the weakest possible Charizard. Definitely, if we had good DVs, we would have already blown through this section. Okay, we're going to use Slash. Dig right there, perfect. Dig right there, perfect. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you see what happens when we don't get critical hits and we don't miss? We just wreck the game. So, this is one of these things where, again, to Andrew, yeah, it's not 2 runs in one day, really. This one is for Kin Schmidt. I posted it up at the beginning of the stream, but basically he requested this one. So, this one is stopping right here at Rival5. We have defeated Rival5 with our Charizard. We did have to go down and fight Koga in order to make it work. We probably didn't actually have to fight Koga to make it work. I think we could have grinded it out, but we got through just fine. So anyway, this has just been a very short test run, guys, just to see how the stream goes. I will look into a couple of issues, the buffering and the audio, definitely, in order to see if I can get those fixed up, because I'd like to do more live streams in the future. Really, one of the main places where I'd like to do a live stream is any sort of time-based challenge, because for me, you know, I'm not a great video editor, but even I think that I could edit a video well enough that if I wanted to say that something took a certain amount of time, I could do that. I just think time-based challenges are much better done live with everybody watching, and we just see how long it actually takes. If I'm ever going to do like a quote-unquote speed run, or how fast can I do this, it's probably going to be a live stream is what I'm thinking. Anyway, with that being done, there is one last thing that I'd like to do today, which is to select our next randomized Pokemon, which we haven't done in a few weeks. Basically, since we've gotten on this little bit of run on YouTube, we haven't done. So, yeah. Oh, of course, yeah, 0 DVs and minimum battles. Every time, Red Arts. But, basically, so I'm just thinking, let's go ahead and try selecting another Pokemon. So, the way that we're going to do this, we are going to use the RBY Pokemon Challenges website, and basically we have to go based on the comments that you guys have given to me before. So let me just get to the right place. There we go. And let's go ahead and do a display capture right here. Perfect. Hey, you guys in chat, we're putting in the work. Nice. Yeah, thank you, folks. So, let's go ahead and select a randomized Pokemon from our RBY Pokemon Challenges website. Now, basically, where was it? It was on... Yeah, you guys are going to get to see my YouTube backend, but there was a post that we posted up not too long ago. This one. So, I asked you guys, you're in Professor Oak's lab, which Pokemon you taking? And the most popular answer was Center. The second most popular answer was choose, I only play Pokemon Yellow. And obviously in Pokemon Yellow, the only Pokeball is the Center Pokeball. which means, hey, we've got to choose whichever Pokemon comes up in the center of our RBY Pokemon Challenges website. So here, I'm going to refresh to make sure that I don't already know the Pokemon, because that would be cheap. So with that being done, let's just go ahead and see what we get in the center Pokeball. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Blastoise. So it looks like our next randomized run will be a Blastoise run. I will be doing that one on Monday. Let's see what we missed. If we had chosen left, we would have gotten a Raichu. Okay. And if we had chosen right, we would have gotten Clefable. Okay. Well, Clefable is going to be really interesting. I'm probably going to use Metronome as many times as possible in that one when we get there. But for next week, we are going to do Blastoise. Anyway, like I said, just a quick little test run. I hope that you guys enjoyed the content today. Feedback, advice, let me know. Definitely the buffering issue I'm going to look into. Okay? Anyway, thanks so much. I'll see you guys later.